All right, good afternoon or almost early evening here. As mentioned, I'm Joe Stahula from Plantronics. I work in our innovation team, and what I'll be presenting to you today is our wearable Concept 1 device and how we see that integrating into this whole ecosystem that is WebRTC. So last year, about the same time, what we had released or demonstrated was integration of our Voyager Legend headset, and some APIs were released on how you can take some code examples. We also posted on GitHub and tie it into direct WebRTC communications. So what I have with us here today is the same form factor as our Voyager Legend headset, but what we've done is pack some additional sensors and functionality inside. And we're making this available not in our shipping product and publicly posted APIs, but through another initiative that we've launched over the past couple months, which is our PLT Labs, as we call it. And that's our outward-facing, sort of embracing the developer community and participating in hackathons and partners and looking for people to sign up with us and get access to these devices and all the cool pieces that we have with them and how you could integrate that into your WebRTC or communication solution. So let me show you what it does here. All right, so on screen here, you can see my personal avatar. Actually, that's just a 3D rendering, obviously, of a famous person's head, but as I'm moving around and moving my head, you can see what we've done is map the motion data inside this headset to that visage right there as well. And more specifically, I apologize, this might be a little difficult to read. This gives an example of all the data and APIs we're surfacing or want to see integrated into all the miscellaneous wonderful WebRTC solutions out there. So I think as was mentioned, our CTO, Joe Burton, mentioned in his keynote, and then Anne mentioned just a few moments ago, the evolution of the features and functionality. And that's really what we've done, is taken everything that was in our Voyager Legend, the existing sensor technology we had, added on top of that, making more available. So you can see we've got the heading, pitch, and roll there, which just ties to the different head motions. But we also, as one of the key things we demonstrated last year, have the wearing condition or wearing state. If I take off the headset, it switches to not wearing, because we've got capacitive touch in there. Registering temperature of the internals of the headset itself. Free fall is a cool one, and that's where other applications that we envision you could do that feature. But what that's basically doing is knows if the headset fell. So if you watch that one there, registered to yes. So you can imagine a cool app. You're wearing the headset, you happen to take a nasty spill, and it could be directly integrated into a WebRTC portal that can communicate to emergency services or your key contact or whatever that case may be. Also a pedometer function, since we have all the motion sensing. And then as below there, it's not currently calibrated because I didn't go through that, but we've got magnetometer and gyroscope. So it actually knows which direction I'm facing, not just relative to when I turned it on, but in the world. Am I facing north, south, east, or west? So how can you tie all this information in? Well, as I mentioned, you can certainly do so at the application layer, giving that user information directly in your WebRTC clients, or not client, but in the solution that you're surfacing within a browser. But because of the data channel that WebRTC provides, you can also transfer that information and utilize it. So here's another cool little, not really application, but showcase of how you could use such technology. So if everyone wants to teleport with me to beautiful Santa Cruz, California, which is where our home base is. This is downtown Santa Cruz. And what we've done is just taking the information that the headset's surfacing of my motion and orientation and mapped that to a spoofing of GPS coordinates here. And this is just Google Street View. So nothing that we're providing or pictures that we went and captured, but tying it to existing web services and APIs out there. As you can see, as I turn around, it moves with me. So imagine enabling a WebRTC conversation with your contact or friend or even customer, where you might actually be able to get real-time information of what they're doing, where they're facing, their location in the world, and using the parallel data pipe to transmit that information and do something with it. So the way we're making this available, as mentioned, is through our developer connection, or we've got a publicly facing PDC, or Plantronics Developer Connection. And we also have our PLT Labs initiative. That's sort of a subset of that, or really focuses on our innovation technology. And we welcome everyone to come check out our site and sign up for that. And our interest is, a lot of people ask, what does Plantronics have to do with WebRTC? And hopefully what I'm showing here today, or what you understand, is we've been involved in this, well, here's the cheesy Santa Cruz reference, riding this wave of communications for 50 plus years. And our focus is giving you the greatest communication experience and audio quality and additional features and functions possible. And that's what our devices are targeted to do, is surface this information and look how you can utilize it. So Scarlett says here, yes, and thank you, and hope everyone has a good rest of the show.